What's up, guys? Welcome to today's video where we are going to Glacier National Park. This trip threw us for more than one curveball, and we had a little bit of trouble accessing the park, getting there, and doing everything we wanted to do. So before we get into the footage that we have from that day, I just want to set the scene. And basically we were kind of rushing across Minnesota, North Dakota, and Montana, which is where we wanted to hang out for about a week and then get into Glacier. And that whole time we didn't do one lick of planning for Glacier. Did you?
Mm-mm.
I was gonna say I didn't at all, like barely any.
I didn't.
So then the day before, we're making sure that it's opened and not closed, and we basically just didn't even get into any of the prep, which is I think what we need to do a little bit more of, just so that it's more fun for us and it's more fun for you guys, so that we can kind of see everything that it has to offer.
So up until this point, we've gone to about 11 parks in our Class B, and we've generally winged them all, and it's been awesome. And we just roll in. You know, there's some planning, like on some that we had to do a reservation entry for or something like that, but very like vague, like we're getting in the park type thing. And we had a great time at like every other park. This was our 12th roughly. And this was the first one that kind of burned us, or we burned it. And also, we always brag about our Class B RV being the best in national parks. This was also our first park where it really wasn't, because we ran into some restrictions that if we would have researched properly, we would have known about, but we didn't. So we were caught off guard in a few ways. There were just a bunch of, it was just like your classic mix of all these things that just weren't right, hit us all at once.
Yeah, so we wanted to spend a couple days at the park and really explore and see everything, because there's so many people that say Glacier is their favorite #1 national park. And we wanted to also experience that type of enthusiasm for the park. But it just didn't end up that way. We had a Zoom call that we needed to be on the next day, and the service in the park just slowly got worse and worse. So in the morning it was good, and then as more and more people got into the park, the service went downhill. So it was actually so busy there that they started closing the park at certain times, like completely, and not letting anybody in. And then also they closed like half of the park roads and would only let you get to a certain point. So we were really restricted with where we could go, and it was just kind of the first park that we felt that we couldn't go anywhere we wanted to in our Class B and do anything we wanted to. So many of you expressed how much you guys love Glacier National Park and how you were excited for us to get there, and we feel like we let you down just a little bit, but that is what we are doing. We are learning, we are growing, and we're going to continue to get better at what we're doing here, and we appreciate everybody following along.
Yes, so enjoy the view.
We just spent 2 days in this cool little city park in Chester, Montana, and it's been a great little home for a couple days.
Feels good here.
Yeah. It was 95 degrees 2 days ago, and today it's going to be 50 and rainy. But we're going to make the 2.5 hour drive to Glacier, and we're going to bring you along with. First, we're going to hit up the dump across the street. Hopefully it's free and open. It is Labor. Did I say it was Labor Day today?
No, you didn't say that.
It's Labor Day today. I felt like I've said that before in a video.
Yeah, last year we were in Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
On Labor Day.
You were.
Good morning!
So this might be a new tradition. Every Labor Day, we are going to spend it inside a national park.
Not just any national park. A good one.
A good one?
Yeah.
One of the big ones.
Yeah.
We've never been to Glacier, so this is going to be all new to us.
We've heard so many people say that Glacier is their absolute favorite.
Yeah, and the pictures definitely tell a story on why.
Although I think today we're missing those beautiful blue skies in those pictures, but...
There is a lot of boondocking around Glacier National Park, but I feel like it's going to be pretty mountainous, pretty remote, and pretty busy. So we'll see. That's what we kind of do. We just wing it and go on a little adventure. So let's hit up the park.
I've heard a story, I've heard it said, I've come to believe that love is a bet. Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose, and sometimes it calls you right in.
Well, again, just like that, our plans change with a drop of the hat. We're maybe an hour outside of Glacier, a little less than, and all of a sudden we started noticing it was getting a little bit whiter and lighter out in the fields, and apparently they got 3 to 5 inches here last night. And like we said, literally 2 days ago, it was 95 degrees, very, very toasty, and it's been pretty warm. So they closed the entrances. We just saw a sign, and we did try to call this morning and didn't get a hold of them at all. So always stay loose when you're rolling
so
in an RV.
I called this morning to see if their visitor offices are open because we need to purchase an annual pass.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why I called. And then, like Aaron said, we saw those flashers saying that it was all of the east entrances are closed.
Which is where we're coming from.
Which is where we're trying to get in. And then there's a dog right there.
Yeah.
Looks like a rough looking dog.
Looks like a feral dog. So,
anyway, and then we looked it up online, and it's because of the winter advisory, which is a good lesson. Like, you should always go on to the nps.gov. Is it nps.gov website?
National Park Service, yeah.
And just make sure your park is open and there's no unexpected closures, because there's a couple times we ran into some closures due to snow, and we're not traveling in snowy areas during winter periods.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Colorado closed some of it, but I looked yesterday, and, times are weird right now anyways, so we're just staying loose as it is. And we're going to fill up on gas and see if there's a spot to hang out, and maybe hope that the park opens back up tomorrow. The weather's supposed to go back up, so it's dipping down into like the 50s and then lows of the 30s, and then it's going to go back up a little bit, so... A little bit of a pause on the park today.
It's not really a nice, beautiful day anyway.
No, it's cold out.
It's freezing.
It's really cold. So
I'm ready to put my jacket on. My winter summit jacket.
Good thing we got all the gear we need. But we'll pick back up again tomorrow. Update. We think it's just the east entrances that are closed. So we're right at the bottom southeast corner of Glacier. We really didn't go north at all, and so we're just gonna go around to the west entrance and see if it's open. If not, that's kind of where we were headed anyways, towards Kalispell and Whitefish. So we're just gonna keep mobile, see what happens, see if we can get into the park today,
and stay warm.
And we talk about this quite a bit, but I just have to say it. What was that?
What was it?
I don't know. We love being in a Class B while traveling, of course, while living in it. But whenever we go into national parks, when we get a curveball thrown at us, like, we just literally pull over, kick on the heater. Chris makes breakfast. It's super windy, it's cold, but we're by this beautiful little creek, and it's just, you feel comfortable and at home. And I know being in a trailer or a motorhome, is a similar type of feeling, but a lot of people ask if we're ever considering something different, and right now we are so happy in
Yeah,
the
most people keep trying to push something bigger on us. Like, we don't like each other enough to be in here, but we really like it.
Yes.
It's small, but we're so used to it. This is like what we know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's hard to compare a B to anything else. Like, a B plus is much more like a C than a B.
Yeah.
And obviously, Class A's are way different, and travel trailers, small ones. We would be interested in a small travel trailer maybe one day, but otherwise, we absolutely love it. So, when you got the curveball, you just kind of roll with it, and we like it a lot. It's extremely comfortable. So we know there's a lot of new Class B owners and soon to be owners out there.
Ooh, it's windy.
It is windy. There's lots of RVs on order, and people are waiting for them. So how exciting is that to be waiting on something like that?
That's so exciting.
Absolutely.
I'm excited with you.
Yes, that's super cool. And it's cool that the RV market is booming right now. I hope this trend stays positive and stays, momentum continuing to move forward, and we don't have like this huge peak and then a big lull. But, man, it's just, since we've been interested in it and looking at it for the past 3 to 4 years, it's been getting just bigger and bigger and busier and busier. Oh, and I knew the east entrances were closed to the park. I don't know why. I was kind of like thinking that they were just closed because of the snow. They've been closed all year. They just have the west entrances open. So we knew that, but for some reason our plan was...
I didn't know that.
Well, I read it, but I just wasn't putting it together because I have never been here before. So it makes a lot of sense that we need to go around to the west side, but it would have been cool to go through the east side, see all that, and then, kind of travel it all.
You know what we always say? Next time.
Next time. We'll do that next time. We can't believe how north we are. We're just in...
Practically in Canada.
Cut Bank, where there's a road into Canada, a main road, and they said it's like the little sign said it was the coldest city or coldest town in North America.
Something like that.
Something like that.
With the cute little penguin.
It could just be like world's greatest pizza in New York. But I don't know. So we're gonna finish up breakfast and keep moving. We're only 36 miles. We made it halfway around the park.
It's 1:00.
Yeah. And it's extremely beautiful. Little wave from a Travato. Towing a motorcycle.
Cool.
I haven't seen that before. Travato towing a motorcycle on a trailer, a little tiny trailer. We'd like to maybe put a little dirt bike motorcycle on the back.
We would.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. Aaron's twisting my arm.
Yeah. So. Off to the park. Well, after reading the map for a couple minutes, there's really only one direction we can go. So on the west entrance, the Abgar Visitor Center. Apgar. Going to the Sun Road, which is the famous, beautiful road, and Kama's Road, which I think Kama's Road leads to some of the boondocking stuff that's out there. It's a little bit more remote, which we're not going to do because we think it's going to be super busy. So we're just going to take the easy way out and go into town.
We're going to push the easy button
on this one. But going to the Sun Road has a limit of 21 feet, and usually we like to push limits, but they might have that there for a reason. I don't know. But we can go all the way up to Avalanche Creek, and so we'll get to see all of like Lake McDonald, which I'm sure is like a beautiful view. And then it looks like there is some hiking and things like that in there, but Chris is not feeling like doing a hike today. It's a little chilly, a little cold, but we might come back tomorrow. We're not sure.
Yeah. I'm feeling a little run down.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm curious, do any of you drive something larger than 21 feet and have stretched that limit?
Going to the Sun Road.
Yes.
I'm sure they have shuttles that run across it. I'm sure those shuttles are 22 or 23 or 24 feet long.
See, and that would be fun to hop on a shuttle, but for some reason you are not a shuttle person.
Not normally. We'd have to leave our home in the parking lot.
Eek.
So that's what we're going to do, and hopefully it's a beautiful little cruise, and we'll check it out and see what happens, and we're just going to keep... Oop. Oops. You gonna make it?
And we're gonna keep
you gonna make it over there?
Trucking. We're gonna keep on trucking. We're gonna push through. I don't care how tired either one of us are. Today's a glorious day.
Well, how was the short hike?
It was intense. It had a good climb to it, and there's a lot of people on it.
Yes, very packed. It's a national park.
And everyone was asking, how much longer is it? Is there anything up there? Everybody's feeling kind of lazy today.
Well,
I think it's the gloomy weather.
It's a straight, up hike too, so...
It was a climb, for sure.
Yeah, we didn't go very far. We're just dipping our toes into the park like we like to do, and then we'll, because it's already like 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we'll figure out what we want to do tomorrow and then come on back.
Yeah, we want to do a long one tomorrow.
For sure.
So we're still going to hang out in the park for a little bit, though. Try to find, a nice picturesque pull-off spot.
Yeah, well, we're right at Lake Powell, so maybe there is some more, I don't know, lookouts there, but we'll see. Dinner or cocktail? Well, thanks so much, guys, for watching this video. I hope the Glacier footage was not too disappointing. We are striving to get better at the sightseeing, and we're now in Washington. We've been here for a little bit, kind of just hanging out, and been at a couple thousand trails parks, which has been nice. And we got to see the most quaint, beautiful, fun little town that we actually drove all the way through. And we stopped about a half mile outside of town, looked at each other,
and we said, we have to stop here. This is exactly what we're trying to do, is slow down. We're driving through these awesome places, and we just roll through. So we are already making an improvement. We hit the brakes, we flipped around, and we stayed the night when we weren't planning on it, and it was awesome. We thoroughly enjoyed our time there, and that's what it's all about, is a little spontaneous fun.
Yeah, so we have a fun episode spending the day in that town, so that will be coming out shortly. Somebody can take a guess to see if they know what town we're talking about. Chris, why don't you give a little hint?
With a fun fact?
Sure.
Well, there's a 96-foot pole there that was erected for some dancing.
That is, what? That is not a good hint.
Does it give it away?
I don't think anybody's going to know what that is.
Let's see. Well, I can share the word of the day, but that will give it away.
No, we can share the word of the day.
Schnitzel.
Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.